Hello guys, it's Lee. So what I have today is a Shindawa DH230. It's a hedge clippers. It says professional, so I'm assuming it's some kind of commercial grade. And it's got the big bar on it. It's a bigger bar. I don't know what that is. I need to get a tape measure on it, but it's a pretty good sized bar. Got it at a yard sale, man, probably 2 years ago. So it's in the middle of the winter time. That's what I got outside. So I'm not just doing a whole lot of mower stuff right now. And I'm just trying to stay warm in my shop, looking to do little projects. So I like hedge clippers. I got a lot of stuff around here, a lot of grass and stuff to cut back. So this might be a backup for me, or I might sell it, or I don't know. But I need to get it running. So let me show you what I got. This is it. I mean, that's a pretty long bar. Well, I got a tape measure right here. I don't know where you want to measure from, but if you go from that tooth to this tooth, 27 inches right there. That's longer than most. But this is the unit. I mean, it looks pretty rough. Obviously, my first thing is probably need a carburetor, but what I'm going to do to determine if it even needs a carburetor is I'm going to shoot some starting fluid right here and see if it turns over. If it does, it's going to get a new carburetor, because that's the thing. That's the thing, 90% of the time when you get a piece of equipment like that at a yard sale or wherever, and somebody says it won't start, well, it's probably been sitting for a while and got all the fuel gummed up. Well, those carburetors just don't last that long, a couple of years. So let's take a look and see if I can get it to turn over. Starting fluid. Choke's open. I just want to hear it kick over one time. Let's see that. That is on. All right, here it goes. Guess I'll choke it. Right there, that's all you wanted to hear right there. That's good. That means it's got fire, compression, all that. So that's what you want to hear right there. That is how you test if it's a fuel system, because it's very rare that these don't have fire. I mean, they could. Compression's typically not an issue on these things unless it's just a real cheap one. But anyway, so turn the camera off now. Going to order the carburetor. When I get it, we'll come back, slap it on there, see if we can get this to run. I mean, it's going to be $14 to $16 because I just bought one the other day, similar. And, probably take that gas tank off and clean it real good and get it ready for to work on. So the grommet, I'll probably need a new grommet. That's the grommet right there. I need to go ahead and take that off. I'm just making some mental notes to myself right now. Hang on. So right there's the carburetor. So the black line is your supply line. This gold line or whatever is a return line. I'm gonna take this off, clean it and make sure I got the right size grommet when I order. So I just took those two screws out, put them right there. Now I gotta get this one right there. Okay, so I'm documenting this for everybody, including myself, but that's the way it's set up right now. That grommet's probably no good, but that's how it's set up. So if I need to go back and look, I will. That out real good. Just run some water through it. And I'll do it today. It'll have time to dry by the time that carburetor gets in. It's just good to take your gas tank off. Just do a whole once over on it. That way I know that's spotless inside. I already rinsed it out with water, I think, a while back, but I'm gonna do it again because, you know, there's a little debris in there, see it? All right, so I just rinsed it out with water. Still day one, hadn't ordered the carburetor yet. All right, so it's about a week later. My carburetor came in, so we'll see if we can't figure out how to get it on there and see if this machine will run, because I do have some grass I need to cut back. This is my package that I just got in the mail. All right, so there's our new one. Now this is a little different. This has, this is the vent cap. You know, in the gas tank, you know, it vents. I mean, the other one didn't have it, but I don't guess it's gonna hurt to have two of them in case the cap did fail. But anyway, that's what we got there. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just push this in here now. Let's see, so that's my fuel filter. Yeah, I mean, it's all. There it goes, see? WD-40 did a good trick. Remember this one, well, yeah, it does matter. This one is the return hose. I guess I'll mount the carburetor on before I put the fuel tank on. Extra primer bulbs, which is nice because they do wear out quickly. Look, you got an extra bulb, so keep up, you know, grommet, so keep up with that. Well, you know, it's really a different size in case you had a different size gas tank. So that's nice. This on. So this little bobber, this little thing right here, fits inside this little hole. There's a little hole right there. You might want to compress this. Move it, I mean, make it easier like that. So I'm gonna put my finger on it, hold it down. I know you can't probably see everything I'm doing here, but running it up through there. All right, so let me bring you in here quick. So that's what I was fighting with. All right, let's get it focused. See how that fits in there. So I'll just move this down. So it'll just make it easier. Okay. Get my bolts. Now this is a sure. It's lined up. Come on, baby. Let's see. And get the hole started, the bolt started. Now, I'm just going by this so that it's a little different. But anyway, that's your return line and that's your supply line. This was on the bottom half. Yeah, it's reversed, but that's okay. All right, now let's put the gas tank on. So the gas tank will go on easier. That out of the way. Let's get it started. I'll just cut back in here real quick. I found a longer line. Okay, so I don't know what all you saw from before, but I had to get another longer line because the outlets were on the top of this carburetor and they were on the bottom of the other one, and now it's not reversed. So anyway, So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it. I don't want a whole lot of, right there ought to be enough. All right, so I got it all put together. So remember, that is a little vent in case the cap didn't vent, I guess. Got it all put together. Now remember, on this one, the fuel lines are on top. The one that came off are on bottom. So I had to cut this line longer. Thank goodness I had an extra line, and everything else is fine. So now I'm gonna put gas in it. Remember, we cleaned that up, rinsed it out a week ago. So everything's nice and clean. And I got a filter somewhere, air filter. I just don't know where it is right now. So that will be replaced eventually. All right, let's check it out. I got all that bolted back on, so we ought to be good to go. All right, so I got the 50 to 1. I'm pretty confident, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill her up. Plus I wanna make sure there's no leaks. Well, that's not full. Let's go ahead and fill her up. Make sure there's no hidden problems. That's good enough. Put that there. All right, so sideways. Now this is what we're wanting to see. We'll see this bowl fill up. Gas is getting in it. Don't know if you can tell. It's coming back down the return line. Couple extra squeezes. All right, let's see. Now this is on. Let's hope it starts. All right, there it is. Clean it up. Shindawa DX230. So there it is. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty easy process. The hardest things for me to do is those little gas lines, but they're tight and they're supposed to be that way. So you can change out a carburetor. Just, you know, if you ever do it and you had never done it before, take a lot of pictures, videos, kind of like I did. And if I ever need to go back and look at it again, I can. But anyway, that's it. I am out.